So you got that one out from under your belt.
Yep.
Ay, ay, ay.
Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and get started with this then since they ran out. My bad, did not realize they were starting early. Alright everybody, welcome to the CFL Stadium. Tonight we have the Eagles versus the Jets. The Eagles will be your home team, so the Jets will be calling the coin toss. I have here tonight with me the lovely Alexavia. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm well. How are you?
I am great. So, yeah, tonight we've got, I guess, I'm looking around, I only see the two referees, so looks like the referees for tonight are going to be Tom and Rico Jazzy. So they'll be sure to be doing a good job. Actually didn't see the coin toss go out just yet. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and start getting everything sorted to figure out who's going to be receiving the ball first. So tonight, what do you think, Alex? Who do you think is going to be able to take this game? Give us your early prediction right now.
Well, I think both sides are pretty well matched up. They're both looking for their second win of the season. So I think it's going to be a tight game. I don't really know who's going to win this one.
Yeah, well, tight. I think it'll be tight for the first half. I think that ultimately, by the end, I think that the Jets have just a little bit more talent at the receiving core, than the Eagles do, and I think that our first half is actually going to be pretty close, but I think the Jets are going to kind of roll away with it near the end. For me, the Eagles, a lot of it hinges on their running game. Nate Forder. The guy's a beast, and if he can get going on the ground, and if they can keep the ball out of Ahmad's hands, not let him throw the ball constantly, if they can control the clock, I think they'll keep it close. But if they don't pick up a lot of yards out of the ground, this is going to be a hard one for them. Alright, so it looks like the Eagles won the toss and they elected to kick the ball to get it back at the second half. So we are going to be able to see Ahmad come out early and start throwing the ball around. That's what the Jets are really known for. They're going to get the ball, they're going to air it out. And that's not to discount their running game. They definitely know how to run the ball. Tamed is an excellent runner. Assuming he is still going to be playing running back. He's been there for 2 weeks, I think, now. So if we can assume that's going to remain the same. But their strength really is their passing game.
I'm surprised that it didn't switch over. Usually the coin toss changes.
Well, it depends on how the referees set it. If they set the field first and then coin toss, then they have to flip it and it gets all, yeah. So for the Jets, though, it looks like we're going to have Tamed deep to receive. Again, the guy is dangerous on the ground, so obviously they want him to be getting the ball if possible. Kaz is going to be just in front of him to his left, and just in front of him to his right, he's going to have Simo. And it looks like Al's running around, going to be looking to set that deeper block than the initial line is going to be doing. Doing the kicking honors for the Eagles, looks like we have Nate Forder is going to be doing their kicking. There we go. The ball's finally in play. I'm not sure what was going on there for a while, but it looks like the ball's in play. Looking at the teams, I think the Eagles have one extra on the side there, so in case any crashes, but the Jets are playing with a say 9, only 9 today, and I didn't see Gerald, unless I just missed him. No, I don't see Gerald out there. And he's been pretty clutch a lot. Like last week, he was doing some work, but regardless, there's a kick. It's actually really short. I don't know if that was supposed to be an onside or if he just flat out missed it. Ahmad was able to grab that, or excuse me, Al was able to grab that, take it forward for about a 5-yard gain. But that's great field position to start the game for the Jets.
I agree.
And as I speculated earlier, Ahmad is going to be continuing to take the snaps. He's going to have the 4 receiver set. He's going to have Dexter and Kaz to his left. He's going to have Al and Pat to his right. The first play of the game is going to be a handoff, though, to Tamed. Tame's going to take it left. He's actually got a whole lot of running room. That cornerback bit on the initial fake from Ahmad heading back to the right side. He's going to pick up about 8 yards. Nice little run there to start the game.
That was a very decent pickup.
Oh yeah, you'll take 8 all day long. You're not going to be upset with that at all. And they're actually going to run that play right again. And again, the cornerback bit into the edge, and that's going to give Tame the easy edge on the side. He's down the field, going to pick up a nice gain, almost 20 yards there, before being taken down by Nate Forder. Again, that cornerback keeps trying to come in initially, and instead of playing the way a cornerback is supposed to be playing, instead of watching for that cut on the outside, he's just coming straight in. And this time, Ahmad's actually going to take it himself on the right side, and that corner bailed out and going to give him a nice, easy gain without even having to make any cuts. So starting off early, the Jets are looking like they're going to go ahead and try to establish that run game, keep it on the ground, and just move it down the field unless the Eagles come up with some way to stop them.
Which I agree they should do, because this is
Oh, yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, for sure. Tame's going to take the ball to the left side. He's actually made a really nice cut there on Jake Wolf. Jake Wolf had the angle on him on the outside. He made a very nice cut to get back inside of him, and he's going to be able to take that in for a touchdown. First score of the game. That was way too easy for the Jets. Eagles fans have got to be worried because they did not have a single play go for less than 5 yards, and when you're getting chunked that big on the ground, that means it's going to be a very, very long night for you and your team. Those first points are going to come only a minute and a half into the game.
They need to start covering up those holes.
Yeah, they're falling for the cross action happening between the running back and the quarterback, which that's what the cross read is designed to do there. But their ends and their cornerbacks have got to start playing more disciplined football, staying in their lanes and not over pursuing.
Well, while they're lining up, let's get our first ad in. Come on over to CAP, located at the field of the CFL Seahawks. Cover up that ball spot with style at a hat store for everyone. Not just sports hats, no lids, just caps. We have an array of NFL, CFL, and custom caps. Want to support your CFL team or get a funny cap? With caps, hit up Cameron Core or Troy Bier to get your custom order.
Caps. I love their hats. They have a lot of good stuff. During that ad, Tamed was doing the honors of the kicking, and he was able to boot it out of the back of the end zone, so that's going to give the Eagles an 80-yard field. They're going to start their first drive from their own 20. Taking the snaps still, since the departure of Wink for the Eagles is going to be Ace of Spades. He's going to have the 2 wide receivers set, but right now it looks like they're missing somebody. They only have 7 on the field, so I'm not sure if they're going to bring somebody in off whoever is on the sideline in, or if they're possibly thinking about burning a timeout to get a TP. Maybe somebody crashed. I didn't see. Okay, yeah, they're going to go ahead and bring Q in. He's going to play on the right side. So from right to left, from behind the Eagles, we've got Q, we've got Cocaine, we've got Eric, then Durgan, and on the far left is going to be Adam. And as I stated earlier, Nate Forder is going to be the one in the background. In the backfield, looking to take those handoffs. And I wouldn't be surprised here to see the Eagles do the same thing, just try to get the ground game going early, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to hand it off to Nate Forder. He's got the edge. He made a really nice cut to get outside of Dexter there, able to be dragged down later in the play by Tamed. Still a pickup of 7 yards, and again, as we said earlier, that's a really nice game to start, and it's something you like to see if you're an Eagles fan or player.
It's going to be interesting to see if the Eagles are able here to come back and tie up the score.
Yeah. They're gonna be able. They're gonna have to do it on the ground. Like I said, that's their strength. The crash player or whatever the issue was, that was Flow Burner, and he's gonna be on the outside left now. Really nice block picked up there by Ace to spring Nate to the outside. Oh my gosh, he's gonna fumble. He's gonna fumble, but he is gonna be able to pick up his own fumble. That is terribly unfortunate. It was really, really close to getting that first down. Fumbled it. It looked like maybe a yard short. Had to come back and fortunately back. But man, you hate to see the fumbles happening this early on if you are an Eagles fan.
He got really lucky there because there were a ton of Jets around.
Yeah. I don't know how he was able to pick that up. Good heads-up play by him. So here's the snap. Ace is going to roll to the right. Scooter almost gets the sack. Puts it up deep, but that's going to be picked off. I don't know. I think maybe he was looking to go to the dump-off. I think Nate was wide open there underneath there, close to the first down. I think he just overthrew him, unfortunately, and that's going to be a nice pickup. Nice pickup by Dexter there after the interception. So the Eagles defense has to step up big right now. They don't want to go down 2 scores this early.
I agree. They need to find some way to be able to stop the Jets.
There's a snap. That cross action is going to actually go back to the left side of the field. Ahmad looking for somebody to throw to. But yeah, that's going to be incomplete. I didn't quite see who he was trying to throw to there. My camera got all messed up there. I'm using Singularity. I'm on my laptop. I'm not used to it, so you'll have to forgive me if I miss quite a few things tonight. Maybe Alex can back me up here. There's the snap. Ahmed's going to drop straight back, cuts out to that left side of the field. He's got tamed close. It looks like he might be looking for... No, never mind. That is going to be another incomplete pass. I think maybe he was actually going to go for out coming across the middle, but unfortunately he was unable to make that pass.
Intention.
Okay, yeah, so that's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Jets on the Eagle side of the field, on the Eagle 42. Excuse me, 38. Simo takes the snap, rolls off to his left side. Eric comes in, is going to get a really nice sack there. He came completely unblocked. Scooter was trying to pick him up as he came off the edge there, but unfortunately for the Jets, he was not able to pick that block up for his quarterback. But as is the Jets' fashion, as is most of the team's fashion now, this close to the end zone, or this close to midfield even, just chunk it up deep. We're going to see all 4 receivers likely run really deep routes, and Ahmad's just going to throw it up and see if anybody can do something spectacular for him. There's the snap. Ahmed rolls off to the right side. He's got Kalen on his toes, steps up, makes the throw across field into 3 of his receivers, and actually that's going to be a nice catch by Dexter. He had a 3-on-2 situation there, so a really nice decision to go ahead and throw that ball. The defense just was not ready for that. That's a really nice pickup of about 30 yards, giving them the conversion for the first down, and you know they're going to be really happy with that. We've got a referee timeout on the field. I didn't see a flag get thrown. So we'll wait for a confirmation from them on exactly what's going on right now.
And let's get out another ad. Need to surprise your friend with a Res Day gift? Need something extra to make your proposal extra special? Or are you opening your own club or mall? Maybe you just want to entertain and have some fun. Then why not hire It's Girls and Fellas, a professional dance troupe that always has fresh ideas for that perfect moment, and regular off-Broadway shows that are beautiful theater in Second Life. Contact Windsong Charming for details.
So I'm not sure what happened there, but it looks like the referees may have just issued a warning for something, but either way, nothing was assessed. Ahmad's going to take the snap and roll left. He's going to get sacked right there by Eric Slayton. Really nice job keeping his lane there. Ahmad tried to juke back to the inside of the field and cut back around him, but that didn't work out. Eric did a really nice job playing the inside shoulder technique, as you do in football. Always play that inside shoulder technique, so that way nobody's going to be able to cut back inside of you. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off, roll to the right side. He's got Kalen once again following him, but in the middle of the field, he got somebody open, but he decides to go ahead and just take it himself. Makes a nice cut on Jake there. That's going to give him an extra 10 yards. Easy makes another nice cut. Same exact move 2 times in a row to completely fool the defense, and he's going to roll right in for the second score of the game.
That was a great run by Ahmad.
It really was. He honestly, he had some decent blocking, but he made about 4 defenders miss on 2 different jukes, so that was that was pretty impressive. Yeah, Kobe, he did. So there's the kick. It's going to be up and good. 14-0 with 4.5 left, or excuse me, 4:06 left to go in the first quarter. And the Eagles really are going to have to look for something to get going offensively for them. It's unfortunate that they had a bit going on the ground game, and then they were forced into a passing situation after that fumble by Nate. Like I said, their strength is definitely Nate Forder. He's only a rookie this season, but the guy can move, the guy can run, and he's their go-to guy. And if they can't get him moving on the ground, if he's going to be fumbling, that's going to be something they're going to have to figure out how to work around. Not to take anything away from the quarterback, Ace, or from any of his receivers, but their strength definitely is the running game.
Oh, and here comes Gerald.
That's good news for Jets. Like I said, the guy is clutch out of the receiving position. He may not be one of the flashiest guys. He may not be any of the biggest players, but that guy is clutch, to say the least. He's always going to make that third and long catch when you give him the opportunity. So they're definitely going to be glad to have him. Ball's going to be put into play shortly here. Tame will be kicking it off. And there it goes. Looks like he angles it out to the right side of the Eagles. That's going to go right over Ace's head. I think he just kind of misplayed that ball. Really unfortunate for them, because you always like to see him try to run it out. At least for me. I always like trying to get it to run it out. I hate when I misjudge it. So they're going to take the ball once again from their own 20-yard line.
Well, hopefully the Eagles are able to pick up some yards here before this game ends up getting out of reach this early.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, they definitely have the ability to keep it a close game. So we'll see what they're able to do here. There's the snap handoff to the left side. Nate Forder, he's got a lot of Jets coming back on, but a really nice cut. They all kind of over pursued there. Again, they weren't playing that inside shoulder technique. They all kind of got in front of him and gave him that little cutback lane. A nice job by him to be able to see that cut back and pick up a nice little 5-yard gain or 4-yard gain. For himself. Snap, Ace rolls off to the right side. Looks like this is a designed pass play, but Ace might just take it himself. He's going to go. He got stumbled right at the line. I didn't see who was actually able to get that stumble. I do believe it was Dexter getting that initial stumble. He had a few yards to go, but he had to beat Dexter to be able to get those, and Dexter, fortunately for the Jets, was able to stumble him and then pick up the tackle there. So pretty much no gain there. The field says 1 yard, but really the stick didn't move very far, so that's going to bring up about a 3rd and 5. Here's the snap. Ace is going to roll to the left. He's got Kaz right on his back heels. Puts it up. He's got a receiver there. And unfortunate, he overthrows Flo. Flo had the man beat. He had the defender beat. He actually had 2 guys in the area. And unfortunately for the Eagles, he overthrows them both. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 5. They're not going to mess with any of the deep passing in this particular area of the field. They're just going to go ahead and line up and punt it away.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah, it's the safer thing to do, especially when you're inside, pretty much inside your own 30. You're going to see most of the teams do that, I think. The kick is going to be a nice one, but it's going to be returnable. Tamed gets a really nice 20-yard return there, tackled there by Eric Slayton. Great field position once again for the Jets. They're actually going to be in Eagle territory for the second time out of their 3 possessions. That's not what you call controlling the field, as I said the Eagles would need to do if they were going to keep this a ball game. Here's the snap. Simo rolls off to the right side. Kalen doing a good job being in pursuit. He cuts back to the left. He's going to get outside of Horns. He's got 2 receivers about 5-10 yards deep each, but he looks to just run it himself. No, he actually throws it back. Al was cutting across the middle of the field, and he's going to take that in for a score. Really nice heads-up play by Ahmad. That's one of the things that Ahmad does really well. You see a lot of the quarterbacks in the league, when they decide to run, that's what they're doing, period. They lose sight of downfield, but Ahmad always looking to be able to pass the ball. Even if he does think that he may need to run, he always is able to pick his eyes up, look downfield, and get a receiver open. Fortunately for him, that was his boy Al, and Al's going to take that in for a 48-yard touchdown.
Wow, that was an amazing play.
It was really nice to see. So that's going to bring the score now 21-0 in favor of the Jets. 2 minutes, 11 seconds to go. And we're still in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. If this pace keeps up, we are going to see another blowout. Let's hope for the Eagles that they are able to shore up that defense, get something moving on the ground offensively, and try to keep this one close.
This is something that I would not have expected.
No, definitely not. Yeah, the Eagles have some talent on their team. They're honestly, in my opinion, they're one of the probably the fastest improving team in the league. Like week to week, we scrimmage them. We scrimmage the Eagles at least once a week. I play for the Yellow Jackets. We scrimmage them at least once a week, and every week they just continuously get better and better. And I really thought they were going to be able to keep this one a game. So we'll just see if they can get that ground game working.
Oh, I agree with you. They have improved 100%.
Yeah, I'm only a rookie, and I didn't know anything about last season, but I definitely know that a lot of people said that their last season was pretty rough.
Yeah, absolutely. They've improved 100% since last season.
That's good to hear. There goes the kick off for Tamed. Ball's going to bounce right over Q's head. You got to be careful of that ball. It's so hard to judge those bounces. Anytime it's going to land in front of me, I try to play it like 10 yards back because that bounce is just can sometimes be a little unrealistic. Almost like a bouncy ball. It just takes off into the sky, but nevertheless, it's going to head over his head, go into the back of the end zone, and out for another touchback. 3 for 3 for Tamed, so Jets will be happy with that, giving them an 80-yard field to deal with every single time. There's a snap. Ace rolls off to the right side. He's got Scooter right on his heels, puts it up deep, and he's overthrows his receiver once again into the hands of Tamed. Tamed going to return it back. Not quite across the 35-yard line, but regardless, once again, they've had 4 possessions, and 3 of those possessions have started in Eagles territory. When you're giving such a high-powered offense this much leeway on the field, when you're not forcing them to go 80, even 70 yards down the field every time they get the ball, you're just making it too easy for them to score.
I agree with you. They're really making this very easy for the Jets.
And I think
Not sure why the running game, but every single time up so far, it's either been an incomplete or an interception.
Yeah, and that's what I said. It's their running game is their strength. We'll get back to that in a second. Simo's going to take the snap, rolls off to the right side, nothing doing there, cuts back up into the teeth of the defense. The defensive ends there, while they're not going to get any credit on that, Kalen and Eric both, they absolutely caused that. Simo had nowhere to go, cut back to the left when he was rolling right. He knew he had to move somewhere or he was going to run into Kalen, and so he tried to step up, and he steps up right into the teeth of his other defenders, and nice job there for the Eagles. Simo takes this snap, rolls off to the right side. He's actually got G wide open on the right side, running in that flat area, cuts back up the field, picks up an extra maybe 2 yards after the catch before he's tackled by Nate. But back to what we were talking about a second ago, Alex, I really think that the Eagles don't need to be abandoning the run. That is their strength. No, you're not going to put up a whole lot of points if you're running it slow and steady down the field, but what you are going to do is you're going to keep the ball out of their hands, and you're going to get something positive, and their strength definitely is Nate and that running game. So we'll see if they try to go back to that and take themselves out of panic mode. It's only the first quarter. Simo takes the snap, rolls off to his left side. Really nice block picked up there by Scooter on Eric. That's going to give him a lot of room to work with, and he puts it up, caught there by Dexter, and he's going to be instantly tackled by Cocaine. He had really nice coverage there, but that was a really solid pass. Cocaine had absolutely no chance to be able to come and intercept that ball, so really well done by Ahmad. Picks up the sure 7 and gives him a much more manageable fourth and about 3.
And if they continue with the passing game, it gives them control of that clock, too.
Looks like we got another referee timeout here. I'll try to get word from one of them this time around, see if we can. I'm not used to having to mute my mic whenever I'm typing. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so it looks like there's actually another stats issue right now. I'm not used to this setup, so I'm used to having like 3 monitors, and I can have the stats on one screen, and I can just constantly check that. But so what the referees are having to do is put the probably Trey just put the stats in as they happen manually. So you guys that check the stats consistently, you'll be a little later than usual, but you will still have your stats.
Well, while they're doing that, let's get off another ad. Check out Southern California, a theme sim dedicated to real-life SoCo beaches. Come relax on the beach, feed some seagulls, take a bike ride along the coast, and soak up some sun with friends. Complete with our typical SoCo swap meet area, gotcha yard sales, and the famous Southern Cali sport skateboarding at our local skate park. Stores located in the town's main area for all your shopping needs, including clothes for dudes with a California feel. Lots of photography opportunities with a realistic weather-changing atmosphere. Perfect for any blogger. Call it home by renting adorable beachfront apartments with fantastic views. Shop, hang out, play, where loitering is encouraged and memories are made.
Yeah, and I think whoever you were working with last night was talking about that, and I keep meaning to go check that out.
We actually went there last night.
Did you? Was it awesome?
It's very nice, yes.
I want to check that out at some point when I can get away from football, but my luck, whenever I get there, someone's going to post for a pickup, and I'll show up to that instead.
Quite interesting watching him attempt to skateboard.
That's pretty funny.
Yes, it was quite amusing. Could do all the tricks and everything, and oh yeah.
Oh really? That's
yeah.
awesome. I might have to plug my. I don't know, for something like that, I might have to plug in my Xbox controller. Being used to skateboarding games on on the Xbox for so long. Yeah, Tor, you missed quite a bit there. Way to be late, dude. So it looks like we're We're still working on the stats here. Yeah. But as I said earlier, I really think that the Eagles need to get back to their running game. I know it's not flashy as the passing, and I know it's not going to get you the points that you need, but they have to realize you're down 3 touchdowns. Your one drive isn't going to fix that. You need 3 consistent drives to be able to get down there, to be able to score. And throwing the ball up, like you said, Alex, it's either been incomplete. I don't think he's had a completion yet. It's either been incomplete or picked off, and that's giving the Jets a 60-yard field to deal with. Their average field starting position right now is probably like their own 50. Like, that's not how you control a game. That's not how you slow the thing down. And that's exactly what I said they needed to do to keep themselves in it. They've got to go slow pace. They've got to keep... You have a 60-second play clock to deal with. Slow it down. Keep it on the ground. Burn the clock and take your time. Don't give the ball right back to Ahmad and this high-powered offense on your own 35, 40-yard line. It's not going to be a good night for you if you do that.
I agree, because they can't afford to go down by any more touchdowns at this point.
Yeah. Not sure what's going on the field. Referees are back out there running around. Maybe they're talking about what's going to happen here from here on out. They're going to both take their sides here, so hopefully this game is going to get started back here pretty quickly. Yep, all the players are onto their pose balls. I'm sure we'll see the ball in play. There it is. Ahmad is going to take the snap shortly. Here he goes off to the right side. He's actually got a lot of room to run if he decides to take that. And he's going to take it off by himself. Cuts to the outside. Makes a really nice cut. Makes the defender miss. And that was the only person he needed to make miss to be able to run that in himself for a 30-yard play. I didn't see who he juked out there. My game went sort of like non-responsive on me, but he completely... Yeah, so he was able to make that one defender miss. I was the only person over there that could have made the stop, and unfortunately for the Eagles, that person was unable to do it. Nice, easy touchdown once again. Again, that's going to be his second, I believe, that he's run. Yeah, that's going to be his second that he's run. So as we start the second quarter, this game is already off to an 8-0 lead for the visiting Jets. There's the kick off to the left side of the field. Q is going to field that. I thought he may have just let that bounce out to go to the 40, but regardless, he decided to go ahead and take it. Cuts to the right side of the field, then goes back to the left. Thinks he's got some open room to work with, and he does. But a really good job by Scooter to come back, because it looked and almost like he was going to have the edge there to be able to get behind all of the defenders. But this is the best starting field position that the Jets have had that the Eagles have had all game. So we'll see if they can do anything with that. Please, let's see Ace hand the ball off to Nate and let Nate do his thing, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Give the ball off to Nate, off to the right side. He's got a couple of blockers to work with, tries to cut back in, but Kalen Wynn is unable to pick up that block, and he's actually going to lose 2 yards there, bringing up now a 2nd and 12.
See that? Now they're listening to you.
I know, and unfortunately that time it didn't work. But I still think they need to go ahead. I still think they need to run the ball right now. You give a running back like Nate, you just keep feeding them the ball. Sometimes they're going to lose yards, but ultimately that is your go-to guy. That's your bread and butter, is your running game, and I really want to see them get this guy going right now. Here's the snap, but Ace is actually going to keep it himself, runs off to the left side, picks up a really nice block from everybody on his line, looking to throw. He actually has a man beat deep, and he just is unable to make that catch.
That was so close, too.
I've got to say, that was his best pass, and I've got to say Flo should have had that ball. He only just a moment.
The ball.
Yeah, sorry. He only needed to come back to the middle of the field, maybe a half step, and yeah, sorry about the dogs, guys. Like I said, I'm not at my place right now, but yeah, I really think Flo could have got that for his quarterback. That's really unfortunate for Ace. That would have been a touchdown had that been a completion, because he completely burned G. No, Nick, there's a little itty bitty dog. I don't know what it is. Here's the snap roll off to the right side. That is going to be Nate Forder. Nate's actually going to look to throw out of the running back position. Throws it about 30 yards deep. They tried to get a little bit of trickery going there, but unfortunately it doesn't look like Nate has all that practice on throwing the ball. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 12, maybe 13. I wouldn't be surprised to see him punt. Yeah, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to go ahead and punt that away. But no, that's all, the big dogs you heard there, Nick, were a lab and like a pit mix.
Oh my.
Yeah, big dogs. There's the snap and the kick. Ahmad was the one deep to receive this time, it looked like, but that's going to go over his head into the end zone and out. That's going to be a touchback. Well done by the... Yeah, you always want to try to angle the ball out at like the 10. You know, you want to try to get them back deep because that is what you want to do with it. But even a touchback for the Eagles right now, that's like the best job that they could have done, because at least they are forcing the Jets to go all the way down the field this time. They're not giving them a 40-yard touchdown.
I agree with you.
This is the worst field positioning that the Jets have had all game. So we'll see what they're going to do here, if they decide to try to go with their slow, steady pace with Tamed on the ground, or if they just keep letting Ahmad throw the ball. There's the snap. He rolls off to the right side of the field, looking to throw, cuts back. Nope, going to go right back around to the left side of the field, but he's got Eric right behind him on his heels. He cuts back to the right, looking deep. He's got his man beat. Oh, and just in front of Al. Al was unable. I don't know if maybe he was out of sprint, but it looked like he could have been able to catch that if he had sprint, but he was just doing the jog as opposed to the sprint there, and he was just shy of being able to make that catch. Unfortunate for the Jets there, but good defensive job.
Al was gone.
Yeah, he had him beat. He had the guy beat to the corner of the field. But here goes the snap. Ahmad's going to roll straight back, then off to the right side of the field. He's got Tamed in front of him. May try to ask him to block. Cuts back to the left side of the field. And a really good job by Phil to come back on that. He actually had over-pursued, and I think that's where the cut was supposed to be going to, that initial over-pursuit. But Phil was able to recover, come back, and get Ahmad for only a yard gain. So that's going to be a 3rd and 9 to go now. The snap for Simo rolls off to the left side of the field. Eric right in front of him, but he's going to cut up. Really nice cut up the field to get himself into space to throw. Puts the ball up, and incomplete pass, 4th and 9. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Jets actually just go for it here and do the 4 deep and just chunk it, and that's exactly what we're going to see. They're going to go 4 deep, flood one side. You're going to see one of the inside receivers flood to the left or the right side of the field to give hopefully a 3-on-2 situation, and just let Simo throw into that group there. Rolls off to the right side of the field. I can't see anything. He throws it up. G was completely left wide open. He's going to pick up about 15 yards after the catch, giving him a total of about 25-yard gain there. Really nicely done. And again, that's exactly what the Jets... Yeah, that's exactly what the Jets do on 4th down. They're going to put the 4 wide. They're going to send the 2 on one side deep, and somebody's going to come back up underneath, whether it's the same one on that side or whether another person from the other side comes underneath. And while everybody's chasing the guys that are running deep, that underneath route is going to be open for you every time.
I believe they call that play the Ahmad punt.
That pretty much is what it is, yes. So there's the snap. Ahmad rolls off to the straight back, actually. Then goes off to his right. He's actually got Al. Is that Al? No, it's Tamed. Tamed had Ace completely burned. He threw it behind him. Tamed was unable to make the comeback on it, and that's going to fall harmlessly to the ground. hate to say it, but I think Tame maybe could have had that. He didn't quite cut back soon enough. Maybe he just didn't judge it. You know, he's a running back. He's not used to running those deep routes maybe, and he was unable to make that adjustment there. But here's the snap. Ahmad rolls to the left side of the field, looking to throw it. He has G, but throws it way behind him, and G had no chance of cutting back on that one. So that was going to fall harmlessly to the ground once again, bringing up now a 3rd and 10. The snap. Ahmad rolls to the right side of the field after initially going back. He's actually got somebody deep down the right sideline, and he throws it. That's Gerald. Puts it behind him, and Gerald comes back to make the catch, makes a nice cut on cue, and it's going to take that in for the rest of the score. Once again, like I said, on those 3rd and long situations, you've got to watch for G. The guy is so clutch. He's on point. He's probably the most consistent player on the team, in my opinion. He puts it up just behind him. G comes back, makes a nice catch, and rolls in for the rest of the way from about 10 yards out.
It was a very nice play by Ahmad.
Looks like Tame's having issues getting onto the kicker pose ball this time around, so Ahmad's just going to go ahead and kick it himself. Kick is up and good. That's going to bring the score now to 35-0 in favor of your visiting Jets. Excuse me, with 5:52 left to go. Yeah, there is a flag, isn't there? I didn't see. Offsides. Wow. So offsides actually on the home team, it says. So that's going to be offsides on the Eagles. I wouldn't be surprised to just see the Jets just not even want to worry about it and just decline it. So if you guys are getting here late, the stats from the first quarter are not recorded. Okay, so if you're looking at the stats page, those first quarter stats are not recorded just yet. But Trey and the referees will get it sorted out, and I'm sure by the end of the night everything will be squared away. So if you're trying to track the live stats, they will be somewhat skewed before this game is over.
Here we go.
That was really interesting to say the least. He kicked it like right at Ace, and I think maybe Ace was either AFK or lagging out because he maybe needed to move a half step to his right and he would have caught that ball, but he didn't. So unfortunate there. The ball rolls out of the back of the end zone for another touchback, giving the Eagles the opportunity to take over once again on their own 20. And now is the point where I think they need to start airing the ball out, but that's not what they're going to do. He hands it off to Nathan, off to the right side, flag on the play, dead ball penalty. Yeah, I don't think this is the time to be running the ball anymore. You're down 4 touchdowns. Half of the second quarter is now gone. Now you go to panic mode if you're the Eagles. You're 5 touchdowns down. Now is panic mode. Now is the point where you absolutely have to make something happen deep. You have to make something happen quick. And unfortunately for Nathan, that means that I think Ace just needs to start going to the air.
I agree with you, because, like I've said before, they can't afford to go down by any more touchdowns if they want to make any type of a comeback in this game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and the deep ball, the airing it out style is not what the Eagles do. That's not what they. That's not something that they can just rely on being able to do. That's not the way their offense is created. But right now, that's what they have to do. They've got to get some kind of points back, and they've got to make a few defensive stops to get themselves back into the game if they have any chance of coming back. So that's going to be an offsides call on the Eagles, which is going to be assessed against them for a 5-yard penalty. But it looks like there might be an issue on the field here. Jazzy is trying to sort it out, I believe. So we'll see exactly what's going on in just a minute.
Well, let's get out another ad. Mystic Rose Club. Experience the unique atmosphere of the Mystic Rose Club. With stunning design and decor, this club is open to all. Listen to music and dance on the state-of-the-art dance floor. For romantic moments, retreat with your partner to the secluded tables on the second floor. Visit the bar. Weekend events start out with a live DJ to set the mood, followed by live singers to close out the evening.
So it looks like they're trying to assess the penalty, and the referees forgot to unlink the chains there. But it looks like they got it sorted out now, so it's going to once again bring up a 1st and 15 to go from the Eagles' own 15-yard line.
Here we go. Ball is in play. Did we lose Jeff?
Sorry about that. I went not responding. However, I'm still lagging, so I can't see anything.
Ace handed the ball off to Nathan. Nathan took the ball but got tackled by Gerald for a loss of 1 yard.
Okay, it looks like just then we had an interception, once again by Teamed. I believe that's his second, possibly his third of the night. Terribly unfortunate.
That passing game just does not seem to be working tonight for the Eagles.
No, not at all. Like I've been saying it all game. That's not what they do. That's not who they are. And I think they tried to force too many passes early. I didn't think they gave Nate the opportunity to get going enough as they should have. And it's coming back to bite them in the butt now because they keep giving the ball over to the Jets with absolutely nowhere to really go before they score. Here's the snap. Ahmad rolls off to the right side, looking to throw deep. Nothing there. Cuts back, comes back to the right side. He's actually got G standing wide open in the middle, but decides to throw it back across the field towards Al. G was wide open. I'm not sure why he didn't take that, but regardless, he tried to get the ball to Al, back across, throwing back across the middle to the middle of the field. It's going to fall harmlessly to the ground for the Eagles. So the Jets now have a 2nd and 10. Snap goes off. Ahmad rolls off to the right side once again, looking to throw the ball deep. He does get it up to G this time, but he actually overthrows him. G had absolutely no chance of getting to that ball, so that is now a 3rd and 10. All lined up, ready to go. Ahmad will be taking the snap here shortly. Possibly shortly. There he goes. Takes the snap, rolls off to the right side, picks up some nice blocks by his lineman, puts the ball up once again to... Oh no, to G. He comes back, and he actually Tamed is going to be able to pick the ball up for him. Again, 3rd and long, he looks for G. It's what I keep saying, it's what he keeps doing. It's going to work out. Unfortunately for G, he actually fumbled that time. Fortunately, though, for the Jets, Tamed was on the ball, able to pick it up as soon as the ball came out and keep possession for his team. Moves the sticks now for another 1st and 10 to go from the 22-yard line. There's the snap. Ahmad rolls off to the right side of the field, looking to throw once again. Has Al in the middle of the field, puts it up, and it's just incomplete. I mean, that thing barely went over his head. I believe that was Al. It could have been Tamed again. Yeah.
Close again.
Yeah, he was open. He had his guy there. He just, I mean, it barely went over his head. And you know, that's one of the ones where you think, man, if only we had some sort of jump mechanism in the CFL. But here's the snap. Simo rolls off to the left side. He's got Tame short, might look to go deep, throws it back across the field to G, who was standing completely still. Flo was completely confused, and wow, Flo was able to get a stumble on him after being kind of looking a little foolish as he was just standing still behind G there. And I don't think he was expecting the ball to come back, but it did, and G was able to make a nice little move, get to the inside corner, or get to the inside technique, and then take it up into the corner for the touchdown, getting another quick score for the Jets. And this ball game has gotten a little out of control.
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit out of reach right now.
Yeah, with the way that the passing game has been for the Eagles, this is more than a tough hill to climb for them. As it stands, it is now 42-0 in favor of the Jets.
And it's only still the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, we're not even at halftime yet. So this may be another one of those games where we see the mercy rule come into effect. Another nice kick for the Jets by Tamed. It's going to be another touchback, so Eagles once again starting from their own 20.
Let's see what they do here. If they throw it or they just continue running it. or attempting to run it.
I think at this point they can't. I mean, that's what they should have done earlier when they were throwing the ball, when they were down 1 and 2 touchdowns on second down. That was where they went wrong. At this point, they now have to throw it. He's got somebody open on the left side of the field. He does put it up, but completely underthrows it once again, and G is going to be able to intercept that ball. I don't think anyone can stop him, and nope, they're not going to be able to stop him. Runs that in for another touchdown. It's at 20 yards, but that was about 40 yards, so we'll need to check the field on that one. But regardless, that was a nice pickup by G there, and nice run after the catch to be able to take it in for another quick score. Kick is up and good once again, and that brings the score now after only a minute ago, 42. It is now 49-0, 3:20 left to go in the half. Kick is actually really short. Ace doesn't look like he ever really saw the ball. It's going to bounce slowly. Still bouncing. Nobody picked it up. Finally, Flo's going to pick it up, and he gets tackled almost immediately. Great coverage there by Ahmad. That is not what you want to see if you are an Eagles fan. They are now going to have the ball inside of their own 10-yard line. They've got over a 90-yard field to go.
The last thing they need right now is the safety.
Yeah. Definitely forced to throw it at this point, 49 points down. We'll see if Ace and the Eagles can dial up some sort of pass play for positive yards. There's the snap rolls to the left side, but absolutely nothing doing there. The Jets knew which way he was going to be rolling to. So far, he's pretty much rolled to the open side of the field every time. They slanted right into it, and really his defenders had absolutely no possible way of even hoping to block that. They knew exactly where he was going with it before it was even snapped. So Ace gets sacked for about an 8-yard loss or so. I'm sorry, 6-yard loss. So gonna bring up now 2nd and 16. He's actually going to be taking a snap in his own end zone, so he cannot afford to let that happen again this time around. But you can be sure that the Jets are going to dial up some sort of blitz, and they do. They bring the middle linebacker along with the outside linebackers. He throws it up pretty quickly. He's got his man in the middle. Oh my goodness, he threw that so deep, and Eric was wide open on the seam route up underneath. I'm not sure why he threw it like that. Maybe somebody got into his face. I couldn't quite tell. The goalpost actually got into my way, but he had his man wide open, and he just overthrew him by about 40 yards.
I think it's quite possible he had a whole lot of Jets surrounding him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just couldn't see because the way my camera angle was. There's the snapping. He does tries to get a really quick pass off, maybe some sort of quick bubble screen, but there's nothing doing there. It's going to be 4th and 17. Absolutely need to punt the ball right now. And we've just hit the 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take this time to just remind you, when halftime does roll around, make sure you don't go anywhere. We've got the cheerleading squads from both teams set to showcase their talent for you, so make sure that you don't miss that. Another really, really great kick by Ace. Oh my goodness, but it is going to be fieldable. Simo's able to pick that ball up, makes a cut to the outside, and Nathan actually said, no, you're not going to make it outside of me that time, dude. And he still picks up a 20-yard gain, so really nice job done by Ahmad, but also a really nice job on the coverage for the Eagles to be able to keep him from taking it to the house, because Nate was pretty much the only one there.
It's going to be interesting to see if the Jets are able to score before we hit halftime.
And I just did that without having voice on. The Ahmad rolled to the right side, tried to get the ball off to Al, but unfortunately threw it behind him and was unable to get the completion. So Ahmad takes this snap now, rolls off to the left side. He's got tamed close. He may just try to throw it back across the field. That's what he does, but Patman was unable to make the adjustment to that ball. And again, another incompletion, bringing up now a 3rd and 10. 3rd and long. Look for him to go to Gerald. Look for Gerald to run some sort of 10-yard stop, 10-yard in, and hopefully try to get the catch for his quarterback. There's the snap. Ahmad takes it, goes off to the left side of the field. He actually does not have G, but he does have Patman. Throws it back across. Patman is wide open. He's got some blockers in front of him with some room to work. They make a couple of key blocks, and he makes it to the outside, gets stumbled, and after that stumble, Flo is able to recover and make the tackle before Patman comes out of the stumble. So really nice job to come back and actually get the stop, but still a huge gain and a 1st down for the Jets. There's a snap. Ahmad takes it, goes off to the left side of the field. He's actually got his man deep down in the middle, and that's exactly where he puts it, and that is going to be tamed. He streaked right up the middle of the field. I don't know where that middle linebacker was or whose responsibility that was to take him when he got deep, but it was definitely a miscommunication on the side of the defense there, and there was nobody within 20 yards of him. Nice, easy passing catch. Ahmad's going to take that all day, and that is going to bring the score now, pending the kickoff, 56-0, and that will, in fact, trigger the mercy rule where the clock will not be stopped for any reason whatsoever.
Has the mercy rule ever been in effect before halftime before?
Yeah, well, I know for a fact it was when the Seahawks played the Cowboys, and then it was in effect as well for last night when we played the Cowboys as well. We put it into effect about the same time, I believe. It wasn't much sooner, yeah. But yeah, I think those may be the only 2 times that it happened was the Seahawks, Cowboys, and then us against the Cowboys last night. Regardless, there's the kick, and Ace is going to be able to actually recover that one, and he's going to take it off to the right side of the field. He only has to beat Dexter, but he cuts back into the middle of the field trying to pick up some blocks, but there was absolutely no way he was getting around the Jets there, and those 3 Jets were tamed, Scooter and Dexter, and they were following him step for step, but that's going to bring up halftime. So make sure you guys stick around. You've got we've got the lovely cheerleaders set to take off, and the home team will be going first.
Black stripe, yellow paint. Them niggas scared of it, but them hoes ain't. Soon as I hit the club, look at them hoes' face. Hit the pedal once, make the floor shake. Sway inside, my engine roaring. It's the big boy, you know what I paid for it. And I got the pedal to the metal. Got you niggas checking game, I'm balling out on every level. Hear them haters talk, but there's nothing you could tell them. Just made $1 million, got another $1 million on my schedule. No love for them, nigga breaking hearts. No keys, push to start.
Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Essa bola vai rolar, mundo é um tapete verde. Quando a bola chega lá, coração fica na rede, na rede, na rede. Olá, olá.
Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
First class, hands up the 40, ninja, laser, jump up, jump up, jump up, jump up, 40, jump up, there we go, sing, oh, we taking over, we taking over,
Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Tonight is the night.
alright, okay, alright, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. We go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Tonight is the night. Tonight is the
Raise those hands, this is our party. Raise those hands, this is our party. Raise those hands, this is our party. Raise those hands, this is our party.
Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Hey, and all my people say, and all my people say, let's go. I need everybody to report to the dance floor right now. The world.
All right, and we're back. Great job by both cheer squads.
Alright, sorry about that, everybody. I actually crashed there at the start of halftime, but I'm sure the ladies did a lovely job.
That they did.
Alright. So since the Eagles were ahead off to kick first, they will be coming out and receiving for the second half. Again, 56-0, that's more than a tough mountain to climb, but we'll see if they can get their offensive power going and try to get at least a few completions for Ace to try to get something offensively moving. So far, if we had accurate stats, I don't know that they would have much more than maybe 15 or 20 total yards of offense.
They need to keep in mind that the mercy rule is now in effect, so they need
Absolutely.
to work fast because they have that clock working against them now.
Absolutely. The mercy rule is in effect, 55 or more, and that's where we're at. So they have less and less time. The clock will not stop for anything at all whatsoever. Once again, Ace misses that kick, and it's going to go over his head into the end zone for another touchback, another 80-yard field for the Eagles to try to go through.
And let's get out another ad. Virtual Attitude Wrestling is the #1 virtual-based organization grid-wide, presenting 2 weekly shows. Elite Tuesdays at 5 p.m. SLT, Turbulence Thursdays at 3 p.m. SLT. Be sure to come down with your family and friends and be a part of the magic of Second Life. Check out our VAW website at vawuniverse.boards.net.
And there we go. So now Ace is going to take the snap, rolls off to the left side, actually came out in the 5-receiver set this time, looking for something to go down deep. He throws it nowhere near any of his receivers. The closest person to it actually was a Jet player. I believe that was Tame coming off the strong safety. And nothing going on there. But again, the clock is going to continue running even though it was an incomplete pass with that mercy rule into effect. He actually comes back off of the 5-receiver set this time. He's going to have the 4 receivers plus Q in the background. Actually, Nate is not even on the field. Not sure why that is. If he crashed, no, never mind. Nate is on the field. He's actually playing. He's playing the wide receiver position. They're trying to get this guy into the game and get him active any way they can. That's exactly what he's going to try to throw the ball to this time, and he actually has him. But. Yeah.
Oh, no, intercepted by Team.
Yeah, he tried to force that. I guarantee you the reason they moved him over there is they were trying to get Nate active. He is their best player. They were trying to get him active into the game. They were trying to find some sort of creative way to get him the ball. And unfortunately for Ace and the Eagles, he just kind of tunneled on him, and Tame saw it the whole way and was able to get a nice, I believe that's his 3rd pick of the game, give the ball back to his team. And so after that, Ahmed threw an incomplete pass, but there's a flag on the play, so we'll see what's coming up now with that.
What Radio, with 4 radio stations to choose from: hip-hop, R&B, soul, island, reggae, calypso, and gospel.
So that actually,
Penalty.
yeah, 5-yard penalty on the Eagles, and that's. I mean, if you could do anything right this game, you could at least keep yourself from having silly penalties, but unfortunately they couldn't. That's going to give them a free 5 yards and a first down. Ahmad's going to roll off to the left side of the field, looking back across to the right. That's G. He throws it right to him. G makes the catch, makes a couple of cuts, but he's unable to get free. Good job by Nate to actually stick with him every cut of the way and bring him down right as he caught it, essentially. I don't think he actually gained anything after the catch there, but still, nice pass, nice catch, and it does convert the first down. There's the snap. Ahmad's going to roll off to the left side this time, still looking across to the right. He actually does get the ball up and out to... could not tell who that was. Dexter, okay, yeah, that was to Dexter. Really nice coverage, but a better throw there. That was actually really, really closely played by Cocaine, but that was just a beautiful throw. And again, Cocaine had no choice to pick it, so he was able to just make the instantaneous tackle. There's the snap. Ahmad rolls off to the right side of the field, has Kalen right on his heels. He cuts back to the inside, looks for a cut up lane. He does take it, throws it up to the edge of the end zone, and caught absolutely nobody in the area. Once again to Dexter Fredericks. They had a nice little crossing route with him and Al Panuka, and I think that the cornerback and the safety, once they got deep, got a little confused on their on who had what, and that left Dexter wide open in the corner.
That was a very nice play.
Yep, nice design there. With that score, we are now to 63-0 in favor of the Jets. There's the kick, and actually Ace does grab that one this time. Looks to get to the outside of the field, but a well done or well defended job there by Dexter there to stop him from being able to get any more after that. But they are going to have decent field position starting now. Yeah, it was. It was still a really nice run, and that's going to give them, I think, probably their best field position of the game at their own 32 now. So again, they actually do bring Nate back into the backfield on the running back pose ball. Actually, Jazzy is out on the field right now. I didn't see a flag. Was there a flag? No, there was a flag on the play.
But, oh.
There was a flag on the play, actually pretty early in the play.
Divalicious Design. Come to the next game in style. Divalicious Designs has a vast selection of stunning clothing, skins, and hair for the ladies to get you looking your best. Don't worry, we didn't forget you guys. We have another shop for clothing devoted to the latest in men's fashion. Stop by and visit us today.
So that penalty was a delay of game, actually. So they're going to have to re-kick this football from now their own 30, which hopefully for the Eagles means that they can get another decent return and hopefully get some better field position back right now. Only thing unfortunate about this reset for the Eagles is that, keep in mind, the clock has been running the entire time. They were trying to sort the penalty out. The clock was running. Flo was able to pick this ball up at about his own 9-yard line, takes it up to the right side of the field, has a couple of blockers to work with, but unfortunately nobody was able to get Dexter coming pretty much free down the edge. Nobody saw him, nobody picked him up. They're actually going to get worse field position by about 2 yards, but still, it's not bad being on your own 30.
That was still a decent run by
absolutely.
the Eagles again.
Yeah, so again, well done, and they're going to have decent field position, and Pat Main comes off the edge completely unblocked and instantly stops Nate in his tracks. I don't see why they're running, but I guess they're just trying to get something happening, something positive, but unfortunately that's going to be a loss of 5, and now a second and 15.
And after that good run, that just...
Yeah. Here's the snap, and it's going to be another handoff to Nathan. He cuts back to the right side of the field. Almost had the edge to go, but a really nice job by Kaz to come across from the opposite, from the middle linebacking position. He actually bit on the initial left fake, and he was able to recover, come back across the formation, and catch Nate. And good thing that he did it too, because if he didn't, Nate easily had about a 20-yard gain. I don't think anybody was really in any position to make it back in time for that. And with that, that's bringing up a 3rd and 15, and here comes the 5 wide receiver set for Ace. Hopefully he can chunk it deep and get something happening. I don't know. The snap goes, and he rolls off to the left side of left side of his formation. Jake misses the block. He absolutely had to get that block on Patman that time, and he was unable to do so. And that's going to be a huge loss for 13 yards, bringing him now a 4th and 28.
Great stop by Kaz.
Yeah, for sure. So again, for however many possessions in a row, if it's not picked, it's a punt. Today, Eagles has just had nothing offensively to work off of this game, which is really unfortunate because early on I did think that they were going to be able to keep it close. But unfortunately, they just didn't get that ground game going, and they're being forced into terrible situations, and a 4th and 30 pretty much to go on your own own 11. You can't afford to try to go for it here.
And here's another.
And that's going to be another delay of game, I believe, on the Eagles.
Yeah, this is not how I saw this game going tonight at all.
No. Yeah, I figured it would be close, like I said, the first half, but I did think that the Jets airing it out was going to, take a pretty substantial lead come the second half, but not a blowout like this. Absolutely no way I saw this coming, and it looks like the Eagles now are just falling apart. They're having very silly penalties, and it's just going to cost them more and more yardage.
Combatant is the first and still leading innovator in high-quality, 100% original mesh and clothing products aimed for the football community within Second Life. We offer a wide range of products from cleats, helmets, compression clothing, uniforms, hand warmers, gloves, and much more. Don't accept cheap imitations. Determine the game, not the game determine you.
So I believe the Jets just declined that. They didn't even want to mess with dealing with resetting everything. That ball actually takes a horrible bounce if you're an Eagles fan, and it actually stays in bounds. It was heading out, but that bounce was terrible for them. Tame picks it up, cuts back to the right side of the field after initial move to the inside, picks up a really nice block by G, has some field to work with, cuts back to the inside, and very nicely done by Phil Lobo to come back in and save that touchdown. Had he not, that was for sure going to go to the house. Tame had a lot of green to work with, and I actually thought that Phil was burned there, but he did a good job to recover and get back on that.
It was a huge pickup.
It was another time starting inside of the Eagles' side of the field. There's a pass, another catch, and that is another 11-yard gain by none other than G. Like I said, he doesn't do the big flashy plays, but he's always consistent. He always picks up that first down yardage. Very, very consistent. There's a snap. Seymour takes it, goes off to the left side of the field. He's got a couple of guys scroll into the middle, but he actually underthrew, I think, Al there. He was trying to get it to him on that little 5-yard dump pass, but I think it just kind of hit the ground at his feet just before he could. It's a really hard ball to adjust to when it's that close. It's hard to see where it's going, but here's the next snap on a 2nd and 10. Ahmad rolls off to the left side. He's got his man in the corner of the end zone deep if he chooses to go that way, but he doesn't. He cuts back to the right side of the field, coming into the middle. Pass intended for Patman, who was unable to make the catch there, and now a 3rd and 10. And Jets are now doing exactly what you would expect them to do. They're going into hurry-up mode, not because they want to embarrass anybody, but because they know that the playoff picture is ruled by points. And that's actually going to be a really nice interception by Ace of Spades there. He saw that time what Ahmad had been trying to do all game was go up the middle, and they got that figured out, and he stepped up on that middle pass and took it away. Gives his team the ball on their own 10-yard line.
For the Eagles.
Absolutely. This is the first positive thing we've seen.
Some kind of momentum.
Yeah, here goes the snap, rolls off to the right side of the field, but another dead ball penalty. Hopefully this one is not against the Eagles, but generally speaking, something that quick on a dead ball is usually offsides of some sort. And that's what it is. It is a false start against the Eagles, so that's going to cost him 5 yards. And that's unfortunate because Nate had at least 7 picked up there for his team. So that's going to bring up now a 1st and 15 from the Eagle-owned 5-yard line.
They seem to continue to put themselves in this situation.
Yeah, it's something you hate to see happen, but when something goes wrong, it seems everything starts to fall off, but unfortunately for them, that's what's happening this game, and right now they're going to go back to that 5-wide set with 15 yards to try to pick up, try to air it out and get something going down the field. There's a snap. Ace balls off to the left side. He needs to get rid of it quick, and he does. He just bombs it down the field to where nobody can get to it, essentially just throwing that ball away because he had Pat-Man right in his face, ready to get the safety. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to end the third quarter. And at the end of the third quarter, we are at a score of 63-0 in favor of your visiting Jets. Ace takes the snap, rolls off to the right side of the field. He's got Scooter in his face, cuts back, tries to throw it quick. Completely overwhelmed by this 4-man rush, being the 2 defensive tackles and Scooter and Al coming off the outside linebacking positions on blitzes. There's only 3 linemen. There's nobody in the backfield to help block that extra guy, and that extra guy is getting into Ace's face every single time. And it looks like they may even bring Kaz as well on this one to bring a total of 5 men on pressure, and they do. This is a 5-man pressure. Ace takes off to the right side, looks for his man. He actually does make a completion. Really nicely done, and another dead ball penalty. That is so unfortunate. Every time they get something, it seems like a penalty comes out. So we'll see if that is in fact on the Eagles once again. And it is. That is a no cadence call. Another 5 yards, but that's actually going to be assessed as half the distance to the goal. And they messed up the sticks again. They're going to have to move those back. Yeah, that's actually going to have to be assessed as half the distance to the goal, giving them back the ball on their own 2-yard line or so, with almost 20 to go, 17 to go. That's a huge 17 to try to pick up right now. Ignore the play clock on that one, guys. There's not going to be no delay a game. The ball still hasn't been put back in play yet for the Eagles.
And let's get out another ad. Tired of trying to fit yourself into a fashion category that just doesn't seem to fit you? It's too mainstream, too blah, or just generally too conformative? Scene is the brand that's going to change all that, thinking outside the box. Pushing the boundaries of style and fashion, we are here to help you explore your personality and mold your second life to fit your style. With a little bit of everything, we can guarantee you will find something that works for you. Oh, the last thing that they needed right there.
Again, like I've been saying, the Jets know that Ace continuously rolls to the wide side, the open side of the field, and did it again there, and they blitzed right into it, and the line was completely overwhelmed, unable to stop him, and he gets sacked in his own end zone, causing a safety. So that's going to up the score there now from 63-0 to 65-0, and almost assuredly amazing field position for the Jets once again. Kick is up, Tame back deep to receive it, and then it's actually going to be taken by G. G's going to move up into the middle of the field, look for a lane to cut to the outside, either right or left, and he takes it on the left side, needs one more block to get picked up. Actually, no, he cuts back to the inside of the field, gets stumbled before he's finally tackled by Nate Forder. He's going to have a nice gain for himself there of 30 yards, so a really nice return, and again, amazing field position and a short field for the Jets to navigate. Here's the snap. Ahmad rolled off to the right side of the field, but there's actually a dead ball penalty there, so maybe they got him for a no cadence or an offsides. Yeah, false start actually on that time, so it's going to bring him back 5 yards, and they'll be redoing first down. And so they're set back up now. Game clock back into play. Simo takes the snap, rolls off to the right side, cuts up into the middle, tries to get the ball out to Al. Al unfortunately was unable to get the sprint working there. It would have still been a tough catch even if he could have got the sprint going. Ahmad just putting it out a little too in front of him. But, you can't be on point every single time. So that ball is going to fall to the ground, bringing up now 2nd and 15. There's a snap. Ahmad takes it, goes off to the right side, stays in the middle, cuts up into the middle of the field. He's got a man open on the right side. Once again, that's Geraldine. Makes a cut to the inside of the field, picks up a block, gets stumbled, and finally tackled by Phil Lobo. Nice gain of 23 yards. And Mr. Clutch, there he is. Gerald the Clutch Eames. That's what I'm calling him from now on.
Maybe he should change his name to that.
Here's the snap. Ahmad rolls off to the left side of the field. He's actually got his man streaking down the left side. He's way deep into the end zone, but he's going to put it up straight to him, and that's going to be tamed at the middle of the field and picks up another nice gain, 23 more yards, tackled finally by Phil Lobo. Yeah, you hate to see this, but it looks almost like the secondary for the Eagles is just almost given up. They're just playing so soft. They're not in rhythm. They're not in sync. You could tell that they're beaten, they're busted, and they kind of just want to get out of here. But here's the snap, rolls off straight back. Has his man off on the right side of the field. That's going to be overthrown over Al Panuca's head. I don't think Al's actually had a catch this game. That's really unfortunate for him. Usually one of Ahmad's favorite targets.
I agree with you. Maybe that's why he keeps trying to throw to him.
Yeah, and there he goes again, actually trying to get it to his boy. That ball's going to go up, and it is going to be caught finally. I think that is his first completion, but we can't really rely on the stats right now, so I'm not going to look it up. But that's going to be a nice little gain, 10 yards for Al and Simo on the connection there, giving him another first down. That's going to be 1st and goal on the Eagle 6. There's the snap. Simo takes it, rolls off to the left side of the formation. Smoke misses the block. Eric on his heels. He puts it up. And I lost where it went, but it looks like it's incomplete wherever it went. So sorry about that.
Yeah, I couldn't. I ended up losing it as well.
Yeah, I didn't quite see it come out of his hand ever. So yeah, I'm sorry on that. I missed it, but regardless, it was incomplete. Simo takes the snap, rolls off to the left side, has Eric and Horns right on his heels. Hayden as well throws it up into the middle of the field, hoping one of his guys could get to it. That was an absolute pressure throw. That was the first real true pressure we've seen applied by the Eagles. And as you can see, what pressure does is it forces bad throws. So really well done by the Eagle front four there.
Well, it's nice to see that they haven't given up.
Right, they're still trying to get in there and cause something. Simo takes snap, rolls off to the left side. Eric in his space, cuts back to the right. Kalen also in his space now. He's going to try to roll out to the left side. He goes a little bit deeper to get around him, comes up towards the middle of the field. He's actually got his man on the far right side of the formation, and that's Dexter Fredericks. He came across from the left side of the field, went all the way around the back side of the end zone, and kind of just got lost in all the commotion that was going on. So it's going to be another quick, easy pitch and catch for the Jets, bringing the score now pending the point after 72-0. Kicks up and good, and there so it is at the 72-0 with 3:50 left to go in the fourth quarter.
A&A featuring Diamante. A&A has lots to offer, from their home and garden personalized gifts, frame shop, as well as their line of jewelry, Diamante. Stop by today for that perfect gift for that perfect someone.
There's the kick. It was actually kind of short. Cocaine is actually able to play this one. Takes off to the right side of the formation. Cuts back up in the middle. Picks up a few blocks. Gets stumbled. Still on his feet. Nice little run back there. You like to see that. He's going to give him really good field position. That's going to be on their own 27-yard line with about 3.5 to work with. Let's see if the Eagles can't get something down the field and try to get some positive to end this game with. You always want to see them try to do something nice at the end of the game that they can build off of going into the next week.
It's nice if they're able to get at least some points up on that board.
Yeah, and there they go. Nice little handoff up the middle to Nate Forder, and he actually finally gets tackled after a pickup of 11 yards. So that's going to be a 1st and 10 to go now. And this is what they should have been doing earlier in the game. I don't know why they were so insistent on passing, but here they are now in the 4th. They're going to try to go back to what they know they can do best, and they hand it off to Nate, pick up a nice gain, and get some a fresh set of downs. There's a snap handoff to the left side of the field. Nate's got a little bit of room to work with, but really nice pursuit by the rest of the Jets players, and he pulls up and throws the ball deep. That's should be an illegal men downfield. Do we have that call? Because that was definitely a designed run, and he just decided to throw it to not lose yards. But in doing so, he had 2 of his 3 linemen about 10 yards deep. I don't know if you can do that, but they're going to get away with it that time, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. There's a snap handoff to Nate right at the middle of the field again. Has a nice little room to work with. He's going to pick up 8 yards, bringing up now 3rd and 2. And there's the 2-minute warning. And you guys make sure you stick around. Make sure you have your tickets for the next game. We've got, I believe, the Warriors and Bulldogs, if I'm not mistaken.
I was told that there is not a next game.
No way. Is one of the teams having to forfeit, or did we get any clarification on that? Regardless, for this game, though, another handoff attempted for Ace. He was going to lose 2 yards there, so that's going to be 4th and 4. I'd like to see him go for it here. I mean, what do you have to lose? That's what they're going to do. They're going to go to the 5-wide set. They're going to try to air it out and get some sort of first down here. There's a snap. It goes up to the right side of the formation. But there is another dead penalty.
And checking out our last sponsor. At Passionate Kisses, we offer interaction with others in a friendly and open environment. People who are looking for that one perfect Second Life partner to spend time with and see what Second Life adventures await them. Your SL single life will never be the same again. Speed dating parties, group outings, monthly events, game night.
There you have it. So that's going to be, whoa. I'm not sure what happened there, but something definitely went wrong. They've now got a 4th and 20 to navigate. I thought there was only a 5-yard penalty. I must have missed something. I backed them up like 15 yards. Regardless, here they go now, 4th and 20 to go on their own 4-yard line. There's a snap. Ace rolls to the right side of the field. Has Scooter in his face. Puts it up. He's got his man there close if he can make the play on it, but his man can't make the play on it. Oh, man. That was Cocaine there. Cocaine, I thought, could have undercut that ball and made the catch for the first, but he was unable to do so, and it went right by him and into the hands of Tamed once again for, I believe, his 4th or 5th pick this game. His defensive stats are going to be showing nicely when they get it all sorted. There's a snap. Ahmad rolls up to the middle of the field, throws it short, and incomplete for Al, I believe, was the intended receiver there. The snap goes off. Ahmad takes it off to the left side of the formation. He's actually got a lot of room to run if he wants. Nobody puts it up deep. Coming back on it is Dexter. Dexter has a little bit of room to work with, and Ace is able to come back underneath and make the stop. But a huge gain once again for 37 yards for Simo and the Jets.
And that's the end of this game.
And that's the final, ladies and gentlemen. So there is no second game tonight. Not sure what happened there. But unfortunately, we do not have a second game, as we have been informed. So you guys be sure to have a good night. Congratulations to both teams, Eagles and Jets. Also to the cheerleaders. And Alex, thank you for working with me. I had a good time.
You're welcome.
Yay! Yay!
Good night, everyone.